on, fight fans? Hey, this is Coach D, the Wild Man, coming at you again with another episode of Coach D Media. Now, you know I do with Coach D Media. I talk about all things combat sports related, from the highs to the lows. All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. Now, I know you guys haven't seen me in a minute. I know you guys are like, what happened to Coach D? He jumped off the radar. And I'm going to be real with you. You know, at my age, you know, time is valuable. I have a lot of stuff going on. And to be 100% with you, I was getting kind of bored with a lot of this content that's been going out. It's kind of a lot of the same old stuff. Drama filled this, drama filled that. Are we getting the best fights? Maybe, maybe not. So, you know, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'll wait till something really exciting happens. Then I'll get on board. Now, I don't know where this falls on your media excitement scale, but it's pretty interesting to me. So by now, you already know Ariel Helwani has left Vox Media, has left Spotify, and is now doing his own thing. Excuse me. Is now doing his own thing. He's joined Yahoo Sports. And, you know, I was like, okay, that's interesting to me as a content creator. And I understand the game that he's in and how hard it is to make money as a content creator, especially when you're on other people's platforms like YouTube, Instagram, so on and so forth. You know, but when you're, you know, being paid by somebody like Vox Media, then you have to follow whatever agenda they may have. Now, you could say, well, Ariel Helwani has always done his own thing. You know what I'm saying? So they probably gave him a lot of freedom. Yeah, they probably did. Until you have to talk about a heavy hitter. Like, say you got to talk about Dana White. Say you got to talk about, you know, TKO or whatever the case may be. Now you're dealing with the real big money players. And you probably can't say everything you want to say. Or you can't even talk about it at all. Okay? Say you want to have a particular interview, and that interviewer may be controversial, maybe with political views like a Sean Strickland or somebody like that. Vox Media may say, hey, no, we don't want that guy on. Now you can't have that guy on. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to putting out the content that fans want to hear, that could be suspect. Now, when you have so much production going on that somebody else is paying for, you know, they say, hey, look, your content numbers aren't doing all that well for all the money we're putting into your, you know, production. Maybe we need to dial you back. Maybe we change your time slot. Maybe give you a co-host. Now they may be putting demands on him that he didn't ask for, but he got to deal with it simply because his numbers may not be good. Even though he's probably one of the longest, you know, freaking content creators when it comes to mixed martial arts. Look how long we've known Ariel Helwani. He's been in the earlier part of the UFC. Not many current content creator, podcasters, journalists can say that. So he's built his own lane, you know, and he's taken heat. You know, look how many places he had to leave. He had to leave ESPN because of Dana White. All this stuff. He had that beef with freaking Chael Sonnen. All the things have been going on, and he still is on top. So he said, look, I'm going to put my name out there. Let me find out what I'm really made out of. Let me find out if I'm really worth it. Right? So he put his name out there. You know what I'm saying? He could have easily re-upped with Vox. He said Vox gave him a pretty good deal. Right? But he wanted full content control. He wanted to control his content. Right? So he's like, if he's getting paid, you know, really good money, why should he care about controlling his content? Maybe he's getting a percentage of, you know, ad revenue. Maybe not. Or maybe since he get cut a check, maybe he's not getting no ad revenue, which sounds more likely. If somebody's paying you, why would they give you ad revenue? All right? They're already cutting you a check. You know, you're actually clocking into a job. You're not clocking in to your own content. You're putting out somebody else's content, even though it's your brand and it's your words and it's your image that's out there. It's not your content. It belongs to somebody else, which is why I think he decided to go ahead and leave, you know, Vox Media, because it wasn't his own content. Because all you need is one good hit at the right time to pretty much put you in the right spot at the right time. We're not talking about, a Joe Rogan, but look at Sterling Sharpe. When Sterling Sharpe put out his own podcast after leaving ESPN and all that kind of good stuff, everybody was saying he wasn't gonna make it. He ain't that guy. Blah blah blah. He was getting a lot of heat. He's saying his career is done because somebody cut him loose. He didn't leave on his own terms. Yada yada yada. Then he puts out his own, Shay Shay show, right? He's been doing, 500,000 views, 100, pretty decent numbers, couple of million here and there, but he didn't break the bank yet until he had that one interview with Cat Williams, and now he's like 70 million, 72 million, something like that, 75 million views, something like that, which he now has the highest viewership for content on YouTube, even beating Joe Rogan. Okay, so now that one interview has set him up because it's his content on his platform, right? So you really only need that one shot at the right time to set you up for what happens next. But if not your content, you can't reap the benefits because it's not your show, even though it's your name. Well, it was MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, but now he's putting on the Ariel Helwani show. It's his show. Right? So at the end of the day, the check stops with him. Well, the buck stops with him, as they say. So whether he makes it or breaks it, it's on him, even though he's on another platform, which is Yahoo Sports. So I'm sure they're paying him in some way, some partnership like he's saying. Okay? But he says he's controlling all the content. He's bringing all his guys with him. He says everything that happened, he wanted. He got everything he wanted from Yahoo Sports. So we'll find out if that's true or not. Sometimes everybody like to, fluff it up, make it better than it actually is. But we're going to find out. At the end of the day, we're going to find out. Right? But I think it was the best move for Ariel Helwani because it's hard to be successful in content distribution nowadays. Everybody's cutting back. You know what I'm saying? Because there's tons of podcasts out there. There's tons of content. How much production do you need? Right? I think somebody talked about what's called the MMA Guru or something like that. A guy out there who does pretty good on YouTube. Right? He says he has the bare minimums, like I have the bare minimums. Right? And he does good numbers. He does 60, 70K an episode. Sometimes 100,000 more. Right? But he's consistent. Right? So he's probably making a pretty decent check. It ain't in the millions, but when you're doing, 70, 80, 90K an episode, you got tons of episodes out there. You can make pretty good. So he's doing good. Jesse on Fire, they say he's doing good, right? With minimal, production. So what do you really need but good, solid content? Now, of course, you got to make sure you're putting out the best thumbnails and yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? Which can be done easily. But if that's what you do, you got to really work at it or pay somebody to do it for you. At the end of the day, is putting out the right content at the right time and making it work. But when it's your content, you grow it on your own dime at your own pace, and it's all yours. So shout out to Ariel Helwani. I hope he gets what he's looking to get. I hope everything works out like that. I'm proud of the guy for stepping out there and getting his own thing. He did join another, digital production company, right? Not production, join another platform. So we'll see how that goes. He said his own content. He seems to be happy, right? Maybe they cut down on the politics. And truth be told, I don't hear that much about Yahoo. Not in a negative sense. They're not big on politics. I don't hear that much about Yahoo. So it may be the right move for getting on a platform that's not bogged down with all this bullshit. So we'll find out. That's all I got. This is Coach D. Finally got something worth talking about. Before I was like, man, look, I don't see nothing interesting. I've done UFC plenty of times. I'm still gonna do it, right? But sometimes I want something to sink my teeth into. This is a good start to get my blood flowing again. So we'll find out. All right, Coach D, to hear from me again. Peace out.